and closer as well. Once we've had the election and it becomes the 13th, it's only about a week and a half then until Christmas itself, for heaven's sake. Let's talk to Debbie Matthews now, CEO of the Stolen and Missing Pets Alliance, because believe it or not, there are some really horrible people out there, and what they will do is steal your dog. And not only will they steal your dog, but at Christmas time, they'll steal your dog to order. Debbie, a very good morning to you. Welcome.
Good morning.
Now, I can't bear to think about somebody stealing my dog, because I've got one of the greatest Labradors you've ever seen in your life, right? And it would just be absolutely awful. I can't imagine what that would be like.
Well, I started off in this world in 2006 when my own two dogs were stolen.
Oh, dear.
And I can tell you, it's the most horrendous thing. People just don't get over it. You're a dog owner, you understand completely. And there's so little help out there for pet owners because our pets are categorised as property.
Yeah.
In law, they're actually valued at about under £500. They're second-hand goods. There's no deterrence in place. If somebody does get caught, they'll just get a fine of about £200. So there's a lot of lacking in the system to help pet owners.
Right. I mean, has the fact that many pets are now microchipped made a difference or not really?
Well, it doesn't help at all, really. In fact, it goes against stolen dogs because lots of stolen dogs will be sold on. And sadly, at vet practices, they won't scan and check microchip registration on a pet's first consultation, which means that dogs won't be found. They say they don't have the time or resources to do it, but that's the reason we've microchipped our pets.
Right.
So that's an ongoing situation which I've been trying to change personally for about 13 years.
Right. And do people who buy these dogs know that they're stolen or not?
No, they're being sold with fake paperwork. They'll either be held for reward, ransom, they'll go into puppy breeding, they'll get sold on, or sadly it's also dog fighting we've got to be thinking about now as well.
Right.
So it's a very distressing situation for everyone, but if there were tougher deterrents in place to stop it, then maybe we would have a chance of keeping our pets safe.
Yeah, and so what kinds of things are you looking for people, not people to do, but for maybe the law to be changed into?
Well, there's two ways we can go. We can either go the animal welfare and create a new law to make pet theft a specific crime in its own right, or we can have an amendment in the 1968 Theft Act and have a specific definition for domestic pets, like they do for cars and bicycles.
Right.
So
if somebody steals your dog, there's no specific crime that you can report it under?
No.
Right.
It will get logged under a house burglary or a car theft. So when you do a freedom of information task on the police, it's very difficult for some of the forces to actually even give you a number of how many dogs were stolen. And then on a report, if they have reported it, it won't say how many dogs were stolen at that one time. I don't know if you know, there's just been 2 litters of puppies stolen, which is 12 in total, 12 puppies, but those reports will just be 2. So there's lots of areas where we're let down.
Yeah, it would seem so. And what can people do themselves? Because I've heard stories before, and I don't know whether these are true, of people going and marking, say, for example, a particular gate or a particular house, when you don't really know you've been marked, as it were, and then the next day somebody comes along because the dog mark is there and they take the dog.
Yes, we've heard all those stories as well, and to be honest, there's no way that's safe anymore. People always assume that dogs are stolen from cars and outside shops, but more dogs are stolen from people's gardens, actual house break-ins now, just to get a dog that they've seen. So nowhere is safe, so make sure your security is tight, CCTV cameras if possible. It's a dreadful situation for pet owners because we love them, we go out for walks with them, we show them off, we put pictures up on social media. They're part of our family and we adore them and we want to share them. So but you've got this double-edged sword where you don't know who's watching you.
Right,
so
exactly.
It's very difficult.
And, are there people, I know this is going to sound a bit daft, but, the Ace Ventura Pet Detective, the movie, one of my kids' favourites, is there such a thing? Are there pet detectives that go looking for them?
There are pet detectives who will go out and, if a dog's gone from a certain area, will help you with postering and getting information out. But, I mean, social media has just turned people's lives around, really, and got so many dogs back quickly. If you can make them too hot to handle, too hot to be sold on, it actually works. So if any of your listeners out there see a poster for a missing dog, share it, tweet it, whatever you do, just keep the ball rolling for these dogs, because it does help.
Right.
It really does help.
Okay. And are there any particular breeds that they go for, or is everyone sort of at the same risk, as it were?
Yeah, everybody's at the same risk. In particular, gun dogs. A lot of gun dogs go missing, but you get all the pugs, French bulldogs, chihuahuas, Jack Russells. You know, the list is endless. There's not a type or an age even. I couldn't tell you, right, if your dog is under 1 year old, that's the one that's going to get stolen.
Right.
You just don't know. You just don't know.
Okay. And anywhere people can look for more information, Debbie, have you got a website or something?
Yeah, we've got Stolen and Missing Pets Alliance.co.uk. We're on all the social media feeds, and also we've got a petition to try and tighten up the microchipping laws called Ferns Law. So you can hashtag Ferns Law or hashtag Pet Theft Reform.
Okay, brilliant. We'll do all that. Debbie, thanks very much indeed. Debbie Matthews there from Stolen and Missing Pets Alliance. If you've ever had anything as terrible as that happen to you and you want to tell the story, by all means, please do so. 0344 499 1000. If you've got a lucky story about finding your pet after it was stolen, that would be even more amazing. I was listening to Kate Spicer actually on Talk Radio talking to Giles Curran on Sunday night.